Alright, is this thing the record button? Hello? Oh shit, I am actually recording. Fuck. Ugh, I need to restart. Oh my goodness, it has definitely been a hot minute now, hasn't it? Oh, Jesus Christ, where do I even begin? It's been so long that I don't even know where to start anymore, unfortunately. Oh my god. Well, shit, how the fuck do I start this thing? It's been so damn long. Oh boy. Brace yourself on this long, chatty video that you're about to embark on, because there's definitely a lot on my mind that I have to say about being away from YouTube for a while. For sure. Oh my god. Alright guys, so this has been like a few attempts at like trying to record since it's been so long since I have last recorded any YouTube videos, edited and then published for the whole entire public to see. But here I am, just being able to sit down in front of a camera to be able to talk to you guys for a change, so that's always exciting, right? Hello there everyone, my name is Kirsten. I dug up my old camera and I decided that since I'm gonna be on my 9-month vacation from being in school for a while, I figured this would be the best opportunity for me, myself, to go ahead and officially sit down and chat with you guys, let you guys know where I've been, all that kind of good shit. So today, that is what we're gonna be discussing. Why I've been away from YouTube for so long and why I have came back somewhat. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I had to shut off the fan because the noise was absolutely driving me nuts. But anyway, so to begin, I thought I would go ahead and let you guys know why I've been away for so long. To start with that, my last video, I believe, was about roughly 2.5 years ago, maybe a little over or under. I kind of lost track, but I do know that it's been a little over 2 years, and that was the disability tag that I did a couple years back. It is a very interesting video, so if you guys are interested, I will definitely leave it up in the cards for you guys to go over and check that out yourself. So, very interesting video. People seem to really like it, which made me happy, so I suppose that's always a good sign. I basically haven't posted anything for a while for various different reasons. There was like so many dramatic changes that were happening in my life at that time. Things like going back to school was definitely a huge part of that. I've been like a full-time student for like the past 5 semesters, so a pretty good chunk of like 2.5 years of being able to be a full-time student. So it definitely took up the majority of my time for sure. And then on top of that, I started working part-time at like a few places in particular. I'm not gonna particularly name these places simply because of private and security-based reasons, if you want to know the truth. But I just want to go ahead and point out that I started my very first job as a hostess, and I worked there for a little over a year before I got laid off, which was pretty unfortunate. And I do miss that place from time to time. And then my next job, I started working as a server for a while. Mind you, I have not even worked there for not even a full month, and already I got laid off from that job. So I was definitely depressed for a while and not being able to find a job. And finally, I am currently working as a cashier. Hopefully it won't be for too long, especially with the fact that I graduate sometime next year. But since I'm on my 9-month vacation and last semester was my last time being a full-time student, this just already feels like a graduation, to be exact. So it feels very rewarding in that respect. So it kind of feels like all of the heavy weight just lifted off of my shoulders and I finally gained my freedom back. So that's always very relieving. So yeah, being a full-time student definitely takes up the majority of your time. I believe I mentioned about this in some of my older previous videos before, but I basically decided that I wanted to go back to school to pursue my bachelor's degree in the theater department, which I always found the theater department to be so fun and so fascinating, so that's currently the reason why I am pursuing it. And the reason why I am taking my 9-month vacation off from school is because the majority of the classes that I took previously, there's basically no reason for me to sign up for these classes. I'm also focusing on my concentration for acting. There's one acting class that I needed to take in order to complete that concentration, so that explains why I have like a full gap in between like my schooling, if you will, which is kind of relieving because in a way it kind of feels like a blessing in disguise, if you will, because I heard that one acting class is supposed to be a lot of work, so I'm kind of thankful for that in that department. So school was definitely fun, but it was also very stressful. Like there was a lot of assignments that I had to write and get done, and so many things I had to do. I didn't have time to enjoy myself, to make YouTube videos obviously, and to do other things that I like to do. Other than the summers, of course, because during the summers I had like my 3-month vacation and stuff like that, and at that time I should have started working on my YouTube videos and things like that, but at that time I just wanted to take a mental break from everything, and I didn't want to focus on anything. I didn't want to worry about anything else other than just focusing on my mental health and well-being, and lo and behold, that's what I'm kind of doing right now, except since the new year officially hit, there's like a lot of things that I plan to do to become a little bit more productive, if you will, and see what else I can do in this department. I mean, the whole idea of like New Year's resolutions are great and all, but I feel like nobody really sticks to them quite as much, so so I feel like I don't believe in New Year's resolutions for that particular reasons. But in this case, I don't want to particularly say that these are New Year's resolutions in particular, but there are some goals that I do have plans and in stores for the future to come and whatnot. So I'm kind of bracing for that at the moment. So other things that have been going on in my life and things that have been somewhat new since I've been away from YouTube for a while that I wanted to update you guys on. A lot of things happened besides work and school and all that good shit. To give you like somewhat a bit of updates on my personal life, when I was busy attending school full-time and working part-time at the same exact time, my main thing that I did, since I basically like drove and commute from like my school and like work and everything, it was hard for me to maintain like home-cooked meals for myself. I didn't have time to do that, so I felt really happy and so proud of myself that I was like achieving my weight loss goals and everything else like that. But because of a lot of vegan takeout that I was taking and a lot of vegan junk food that I was indulging, unfortunately I gained some of my weight back, and I felt really kind of sad because of that. And I do plan to get back into, you know, working out and eating healthy consistently. I do plan to incorporate a lot more like whole foods, plant-based, since I feel like I haven't done that in a while. I feel like it's pretty great that I'm able to do that again finally, and that's always great to be able to focus on your health as well, because I feel like I haven't done that in a very long time. My lazy fat ass really does need to get back in shape. Some of my weight loss progress that I did have, I sadly gained most of it, if not all of it back. It's kind of a bummer, but at the same exact time, I'm not too worried about it because I know I'll be able to lose more of my weight again. And that's the plan for the rest of this year, is to just focus on my physical and mental health and all that kind of stuff. Other things that have been happening while I was away from YouTube, there was quite a bit of family drama that ended up happening behind the scenes, which made me feel really depressed for a while, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. I don't want to go into too much graphic detail about all these things that happened, but one thing I will say is that at one point in the middle of 2020, so this was during COVID times when it was at its peak, or in the process, sort of speak, I randomly disowned my mother. And I haven't talked to her for like a good couple years or so. With the state of her mental health and everything else like that, she's currently in a nursing home. And again, I don't want to go into too much graphic detail about any of that other than those points. But one thing I will say is I'm trying to spend as much time with her as much as I can, because genuinely, I have no exact idea how long she's going to be around. In a way, what's done is done. What remains in the past is forever going to remain in the past, and I'm trying to move forward and spend time with my mom as much as I possibly can. So now that that bad news is out of the way, other things that have been happening, I took quite a bit of voice lessons over the summer, and that was pretty fun to be able to accomplish. Maybe one of these days in the future, I'll do like song covers or something. You never know. I think that would be a lot of fun, actually. I'll have to start doing that one of these days. That would be a lot of fun. So other things that I wanted to take note of. There was a part of me that was feeling a little burnt out from making YouTube videos. And even though I was taking like a really good, like, big chunk of my break when I was in the process of like moving from Texas back into Indiana again, I had some juices flowing, and I was creating like unique ideas of like creating video content and everything else like that. And I was happy to like get back on my grind again and see what kind of interesting videos I can come up with and talk about and all this other kind of good shit. And then for some weird reason, that spark kind of like flat out just disappeared, non-existent. And then it was to the point where I was feeling a little bit of a burnout. Like, no ideas were coming to mind, and I just felt lost. I didn't know what to do with my channel from there. And then school started, and I think the fact that everything on my mind was focusing on starting school at that time, I think that was part of the reason for my burnout. But the burnout part was definitely the reason I decided to just take a break from YouTube altogether. Oh, another thing, I was randomly live streaming for quite some time, and then I stopped that altogether and things like that. And I haven't posted anything on my gaming channel for quite some time. There was like a lot of things that I ended up doing off of camera, that I ended up making changes to my channel and my gaming channel and all this kind of stuff. Plus, I haven't streamed on Twitch in a while. I was streaming Bloodborne for a while on like Tuesdays or something like that, and then I stopped because I got busy and overwhelmed with school yet again. So it kind of sucked, but life happens, you know? Sometimes you just can't make time for the things you enjoy doing. Another thing that I also did off of camera while I was like focusing on my YouTube based stuff, on my gaming channel, I basically privated a Let's Play I was working on, because it's not that I lost interest. I just felt like it was something that really wasn't fitting for that channel anymore or anything else like that. So I basically like stopped that altogether. And then on my current channel, I started privating some of my vacation vlogs, because I felt like that part wasn't kind of relevant anymore, and I felt like they were kind of boring and stale. So that was the reason why I privated those videos, and that you can't really see them on my channel anymore or anything else like that. Other changes that I've noticed from YouTube, this must have been like me living under a rock or something like that, since I haven't been a part of the YouTube community for quite some time. But one thing I noticed is that the dislike button got removed, and I'm like, well, what the fuck, you know? Which, I'm not complaining, but at the same exact time, I'm like, really, YouTube, you have to go that far? I don't know. Apparently there was like a lot of like YouTube changes that ended up happening that some of them I can't really keep track of or anything else like that, but apparently that was one of those changes. But that's as far as I'm gonna take it. With regards to my whole YouTube channel, since I came back, you guys are probably wondering where do I go from here and what content am I gonna make and stuff like that. Obviously, as normal, like I did like many times and before, I still plan to upload videos on Fridays and whatnot, but it's probably not gonna be every single Friday, but it'll probably be like every other Friday, maybe like once a month or something like that. I really don't know like my full schedule plan because there's a lot of things that I wanted to occupy myself with other than YouTube generally, so that's the reason why my mind is like, I don't know at this point. But regardless, there's definitely gonna be some more YouTube content from now on, regardless if it's gonna be once a week, once every other week, or once a month, or something crazy like that. Either way, something will come to mind for sure on what videos I plan to make and stuff like that. I mean, there are some ideas that I do have planned at the top of my head, but part of me hasn't really figured that out yet. One side of me is thinking about doing more artistic related videos like acting and stuff like that, and song covers and everything else like that. And then another part of me is wanting to talk about like commentary or like topic related videos, that kind of thing. I guess that's like some of the ideas that I had for this channel. Now, as far as my gaming channel is concerned, maybe once in a blue moon, like maybe once a month or something like that, I'll probably post like gaming related topics or something like that, I figured, since I created a gaming channel for a particular reason. And I might start uploading them on Wednesdays or Thursdays or something like that. I haven't really figured it out, but regardless, on my gaming channel, I'm definitely gonna focus on like gaming related topics and things like that. I mean, that is what I created a gaming channel for sure, you know? So if you guys are interested in subscribing to that gaming channel, I'll definitely also list it in the cards or the description box down below in case if you guys are interested in checking that out. So yeah, I'm officially back and there are some ideas that I have planned for the future. Alright, so that is practically everything that I have to cover on why I've been away from YouTube. If you made it to the end, congratulations. I know I have a tendency to like ramble on about a lot of things really, but all of this needed to be said and this needed to get off of my chest. I'm glad I made this announcement. It feels good to be back and start making YouTube videos somewhat again. So this is gonna be quite the journey for sure. Not sure what videos I plan on uploading, but I do have some juices flowing for sure. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys liked what I shared, be sure to sucker punch that like button down below. Comment down below and let me know what you guys are interested in seeing from this YouTube channel. Maybe some suggestions to get more juices flowing and see what I can come up with content-wise. And of course, if you haven't had a chance to do so already, please dedicate the time and effort to subscribe to my lovely channel, join my little army of darkness, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on a single day that I end up uploading a single YouTube video. And if you guys are interested in following me outside of YouTube, all of my social medias will be listed in the description box right down below if you are indeed interested in checking that out yourself. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season and I hope you guys are having a really great start to a New Year's. It feels really great to be back and be able to do things again. So again, thank you guys so much for watching and have a completely beautiful day, and I will talk to you all soon. So until then, stay completely dark and so fucking brutal and awesome, my friends. Take care and goodbye for now.